Hey everybody, thanks for joining me. As the title of this video promised, I'm going to teach you the one thing you need to do to convert more leads for your software as a service company. And lucky you, I'm not even gonna make you wait until the end to find out what it is. However, if you do watch to the end, I will give you an extra bonus tip that you can use to increase the conversion rate of your homepage or your website by as much as 7.5%. So stay to the end, I'll give you that little bonus tip. In the meantime, what is the one thing that you need to be doing in order to convert more leads for your software as a service company? It's fairly simple. You just need to lower the barrier of entry for conversion. What do I mean by that? Well, perhaps you're aware of the customer journey. It starts with the awareness phase. Customer moves along to the consideration phase, and then there's the decision phase or decision stage. And oftentimes our software as a service websites are looking for a conversion that's in that consideration phase. You are offering a software demo or a trial or something to that effect, but a great deal of trust needs to be built before that kind of conversion can take place. And so the big idea here is that we just try to convert people at the top of the funnel with a much easier and lower barrier to entry to conversion. Let's call it a subscription, if you like. So we're converting people at the top of the funnel, and we do that by offering value in the form of content. The basic premise here is that what we need to get is that permission piece. We need to have permission to be able to market to our inbound leads, to nurture them along that customer journey using email and time. Okay, so once they're in our system, once they've opted in to learn more from us, we can nurture them and educate them as to the importance of not just our product, but the problem that it solves and the bright and wonderful future that they'll experience after they use our product. There's a great deal of trust building and storytelling that needs to take place there before that consideration phase conversion of a trial or a demo can take place. The goal here is to be of service and to offer value to our subscribers. And we promise that value, and that's what leads them to subscribe with us in the first place. So how about that trick that I promised you in order to get a lift of as much as 7.5% conversion rate from your website or your homepage? It's fairly basic. It is to add an exit pop-up that makes a content offer. Now, picture it. Somebody is at your website, perhaps they lose interest, they don't immediately see what it is that they're looking for, and so they go to close the window, and that's when your exit pop-up triggers and makes a content offer that is relevant to them. You could offer tips and instruction as to how to better solve their problem. You could offer a download or a webinar or some piece of value that is relevant to them that will convince them to take that step and share a piece of information with you, name and email, for example, in order to opt in and give you that permission piece to become a lead and to allow you to nurture them using email and more content. Okay, so that exit pop-up piece is something that a lot of people overlook, and I know they have a bad reputation and everybody hates pop-ups, but what if you added one and in so doing you lifted your homepage conversion rate by as much as 7.5%? Now, that was traffic you were going to lose anyhow, and instead you've given yourself an opportunity to capture some of it and offer value before they bounce. And so I want you to think about that. Yes, pop-ups have a bad reputation. You've probably closed 3 or 4 of them in the past hour. However, the absence of that pop-up performs way weaker than the presence of that pop-up. I'm gonna share a story to illustrate my point. I had a client quite a few years ago, and I had built an exit pop-up for them that offered their ideal client were athletes. It was more of a consumer play, and it was athletes, and what we did in the exit pop-up, we offered training tips for athletes. And I got an email one time from the VP of marketing saying, "We have to take down that pop-up. One of our engineers hates it." And I pushed back and I said, "Okay, you say he's an engineer. Is he an athlete? Is he, potentially our customer? To which they replied, no, he just doesn't like pop-ups. And I said, okay. Does he have any other ideas for how we can convert dozens of extra subscribers each week? Because that's what that pop-up does. And so when we take it down, we have to replace those conversions with another strategy. And like it or not, the customers, the ones who are relevant, want to hear from us. They want those tips in their inbox. It is of value to them, which is why that pop-up performs so well. And this story has a happy ending, I guess, because they understood the point. And our engineer friend not only looked nothing at all like the customers we were attracting and converting successfully, but they had no ideas for how we could do better than what we were doing. And bearing in mind, we're talking about traffic that was ready to exit the website that we were then converting because we offered that piece of value that was highly relevant to their client profile. And that's an important lesson, and I don't want us to lose sight of that, all right? As always, if you liked this video and you got value from it, please give it a like down below. And if you have questions about anything that I've said, please leave a comment below. I love your comments. They matter to me. I want to have these conversations. And as ever, there's probably a link beneath this video that if you want to book a 45-minute strategy session with me to talk some of this stuff out, I'm here for you. So grab that link below and book a call with me. Thank you for watching.